This week, we will look into a company that has been loved by generations of Filipinos. Their highly successful baking business has brought smiles to young and old alike, not only here but in foreign shores as well.
This logo of Lemon Square is recognized by almost all Filipinos who may have had it for a flavorful snack at many points in their life. This is a company that has been around for 30 years now, and it is interesting to hear its story from the second generation member of this family-owned enterprise. This is EJ Vergel de Dios, marketing manager of Lemon Square and son of the owners Nina and Errol Vergel de Dios. EJ graduated with a degree in business management, and it is not hard to see how and why he ended up with the family business. EJ has a story to tell about the company's origins.
Siguro it all started when my mom discovered her love for baking or her passion for baking when she was at an early age of 9 years old. So, nagsimula lang siya helping out my grandmom sa house with her baking and cooking. And I remember nung bata ako, she would tell us a story na in order to do a cream puff, when she baked her cream puffs back then, minsan nasusunog yung fingertips niya. Because di ba pag cream puff may burnt sugar. So when she dipped the cream puff sa burnt sugar, pagka angat niyang ganun, tumutulo yung burnt sugar sa fingers niya. So those are the small things. No? And then after that, during her high school days, every year she would enroll sa cooking and baking summer classes or courses. No? So, tinuloy niyang i-hone yung skill niya sa baking dahil sa kanyang love or passion for baking.
EJ's parents married in 1985 and stayed in the family compound in Valenzuela, Bulacan. As EJ narrated, his mom worked in the corporate world in Makati, a good distance from their residence. So his dad encouraged his mom to quit her job and instead focus on her first love, which was baking.
She dropped her job, she quit her job, and then she started baking again at home. But instead of just home cooking, home baking, she started selling her products out and sharing it to the consumers outside of the home. She started in a, I think, 15 to 20 square meter na kitchen back in Valenzuela. And from there, she started selling or producing products at her own and selling it on her own rin.
Actually, even when she was still a student, Nina Vergel de Dios was already baking and selling her baked products to family and friends for just extra allowance.
But when they really started the business, yung Lemon Square na talaga, her first products talaga were the cheesecake and the brownies. So doon na talaga nagsimula. And then, since she was in Valenzuela, binentahan niya yung mga tendera sa wet market o sa palengke ng malabon at nabotas. So doon lang siya nagsimula. And syempre, dahil small enterprise lang siya, nakalala niya sarili niya, binenta niya yung produkto niya. So saleswoman na rin yung mami ko back then. And then, after that, sabi ng mga tendero, bumibenta, masarap yung produkto mo, bili kami ulit. So nagkaroon ng repeat purchase after that. And tuloy-tuloy niya nang nabentahan through word of mouth na rin ang ibang mga palengke around the area.
For 30 years since they've started, their original product, the cheesecake, has been the quintessential Pinoy favorite among the baked snacks of Lemon Square. The founder, Nina, personally loves the lemon flavor, and her favorite was always the Lemon Square, and that explains her choice of name for the bustling family business. From a one-woman business, Lemon Square eventually hired 2 or 3 bakers and a couple of salespersons. Eventually, they had to hire more people, and the family of Errol Vergel de Dios eventually purchased a bigger lot in May to house the growing business.
And up to now, both my parents are very hands-on in the business, ganyan. And andun sa point na, syempre, hindi na matututukan lahat, no? But the recipe is something that she very, kumbaga, she guides every day o binabantayan niya every day, no? Meaning, once in a while, titikman niya yung produkto, check niya, may feel na kagad, sa lasa pa lang, malaman niya na para may something na kulang o may something na paano nagbago ng supplier or nagbago ng specific raw material or the quantity.
The Vergel de Dios couple did not have complicated marketing strategies, and both did not really need their college degrees for the enterprise they both started and grew to become a multi-million business.
Very exploratory si Mommy. Very creative yung mind. Daming tumatakbo sa imagination rin niya in terms of flavors. At the same time, may nga siyang bake. So, nauna, dati, wala pang R&D, wala pang masyadong structure yung company, siya rin talaga nagtatryan. We used to have a lot of products rin na siguro through time na phase out na rin. But she also explored nung dati pa. No? So, fast forward na nagkaroon ng more structure yung company. There's an R&D department who takes care of the recipes and who or continue to explore new flavors out there. Yun na rin siguro yung way niya because siya rin nag-handle ng R&D.
As EJ proudly states, their company is 100% family-owned, and because of that, they continue to instill the values of respect, trust, and camaraderie among the employees. They carefully watch the journey of every product, from sourcing the materials to production and all the way to the shelves where they are displayed for sale to the public. From their very humble beginning, how did they achieve tremendous growth over a span of over 30 years? Mr. Chito V. Castro, Operations Director of Lemon Square, talks about the challenges the company faced during its evolving years.
First of all, I came in just about the time that they were, starting to expand the distribution. The dreams were becoming bigger, for the company. At the start, I suppose na kwento na ni EJ. They had a very good product, particularly Lemon Square cheesecake. So all they had to do was to make it available and make people try it. And the moment people tried it, they loved it. So word of mouth, kumalat, no?
Awareness, according to him, is created by personal experiences and also by word of mouth, and this they capitalized on. The challenge was how to accelerate the consumer's awareness of Lemon Square products.
Siguro mga 20 years ago, they started advertising, and that helped in accelerating the availability, no? Yung presence ng produkto sa mga tindahan from supermarkets down to the sari-sari stores.
But then, if one has a good product to start with, everything else comes easy if one puts a lot of hard work and imagination into it.
May problema lang kami sa bandang Visayas, Mindanao. Kasi medyo yung problem ng logistics, at saka isa pa yung, cakes are by nature medyo short shelf life, no? And with a 2-month, 3-month shelf life. At the start, we tried getting distributors, but it was very difficult to get distributors who could handle a product with a relatively short shelf life.
Their products were brought to foreign shores mainly as pasalubongs to the Filipino communities abroad. At that time, the company could already claim full coverage of the Philippine market. So it was actually time to get into the next stage of the business, which is export.
Since then, it's still in its infancy, our export business. But our products are now available in countries in Asia, in North America like the US and Canada, in the Middle East. I think there are about 14 countries in all.
Starting with the Filipino communities abroad, the products soon found their way into the mainstream communities, even in areas where there is no heavy concentration of Pinoy dwellers.
We have, about 400,000 retailers selling Lemon Square, and then thousands of people either directly employed with us, with our distribution and logistics partners who handle selling and distribution all over the country.
As for the young marketing manager of Lemon Square, EJ Vergel de Dios, his mom's advice to him and his two other siblings is to always follow their dreams and never give up. EJ also took the opportunity to talk about how his company and his family is giving back to the community.
It's giving back to the needy and the less fortunate. So every so often we provide feeding programs to the partner community or partner businesses or schools within the community. Dito muna kami sa May Kawayan or Liptong, Barangay Liptong. No? So it's really siguro providing in the community not only the jobs but syempre in some little way yung feeding program to the less fortunate. Ongoing project, hindi siya yung tipong one time lang, continuous kasi yun when you talk about nutrition and health. At the same time, syempre ayaw naman namin talagang mangyari yung mga unfortunate na pangyayari like calamity. We also provide products during those times to corporations who have more established na structure in providing to the communities affected by the typhoons and the calamities.
We hope you enjoyed our feature on Corporate Profile this week, the story of Lemon Square and how they built their empire from the ground to what it is now.